Drones are everywhere. They're filming movies, inspecting bridges, and even delivering packages. It's an exciting time to be a drone enthusiast, but with great power comes great responsibility. That's where the Canadian Drone Pilot Certificate comes in. This certificate is your ticket to legally and safely flying drones in Canada. Think of it as your driver's license, but for the sky. In this guide, we'll break down everything you need to know to ace that exam and become a certified drone pilot. We'll cover the rules, the risks, and the rewards of flying drones in Canada. So buckle up, it's time to take your drone game to the next level. Let's do this! First things first, let's talk terminology. When diving into the world of drones, you'll encounter a lot of jargon that can be quite confusing if you're new to the field. Understanding these terms is crucial for anyone looking to get into drone piloting, whether for recreational or professional purposes. You'll hear the term RPS thrown around a lot. It's one of those acronyms that sounds technical and complicated, but once you break it down, it's pretty straightforward. RPAS stands for Remotely Piloted Aircraft System. This term is used to describe the entire system required to operate a drone, including the aircraft itself, the control station, and any other necessary components. Basically, it's just a fancy way of saying drone. But using the term RPS emphasizes the fact that there's more to it than just the flying machine. It includes all the technology and equipment that make remote piloting possible. Now, not all drones are created equal. They come in various shapes, sizes, and capabilities, each designed for different purposes. Some are built for recreational use, while others are designed for commercial applications like aerial photography, surveying, or even delivery services. In Canada, we categorize them by weight. This classification helps in regulating their use and ensuring safety standards are met. The weight categories also determine the type of certification required to operate them. Micro drones. These are the little guys weighing less than 250 grams. They're often used for indoor flying or in controlled environments where their small size and lightweight make them less of a hazard. You don't need a certificate to fly these, but you still need to follow the rules. Even though they're small, they can still cause damage or injury if not operated responsibly. Always be aware of your surroundings and adhere to local regulations. Small drones. These weigh between 250 grams and 25 kilograms. This category includes many of the popular consumer drones used for photography, videography, and other recreational activities. You'll need a basic pilot certificate to fly these in most places. This certification ensures that the pilot understands the basic principles of drone operation, safety protocols, and legal requirements. Large drones. These are the heavy hitters, weighing over 25 kilograms. They're typically used for industrial applications, such as agriculture, construction, and large-scale surveying. You'll need a special flight operations certificate to fly these, and that's a whole other ballgame. This certification requires more extensive training and knowledge, as the risks and responsibilities are significantly higher. For this guide, we'll be focusing on small drones and the basic pilot certificate. This is the most common entry point for new drone pilots and provides a solid foundation for more advanced operations. It's the most common type of drone and certificate, and it'll let you fly in most places. Whether you're looking to capture stunning aerial footage or simply enjoy the thrill of flying, understanding the basics of small drone operation is essential. Got it? Good, let's move on. With this foundational knowledge, you're well on your way to becoming a proficient drone pilot. Let's dive deeper into the specifics of obtaining your basic pilot certificate and the rules you need to follow. Just like driving a car, flying a drone comes with rules. In Canada, we follow the Canadian Aviation Regulations, or CARS for short. These rules are there to keep everyone safe, both in the air and on the ground. The CARS cover everything from where you can fly to how high you can go. They can be a bit dense, but we'll break down the most important ones for you. First up, you need to register your drone if it weighs more than 250 grams. That's right, your drone needs a license plate. You can do this easily on the Transport Canada website. Next, you need to know the difference between basic and advanced operations. Rules are there for a reason, people. Let's keep it safe out there. Basic operations is where most drone pilots start. This is the entry-level certification that opens up a world of possibilities for drone enthusiasts. Whether you're looking to capture stunning aerial footage, survey land, or simply enjoy the thrill of flying, Basic Operations is your gateway. It allows you to fly your drone in uncontrolled airspace, which is basically anywhere that's not near an airport or a populated area. This means you have the freedom to explore vast open fields, rural landscapes, and suburban areas without worrying about interfering with manned aircraft. To fly under Basic Operations, you need to meet a few essential requirements. These are designed to ensure that you can operate your drone safely and responsibly. First, you must be at least 14 years old or 16 if you plan to fly over people. Additionally, you need to pass an online exam that tests your knowledge of drone regulations, safety procedures, and best practices. This exam is crucial as it ensures that every pilot understands the responsibilities that come with flying a drone. One of the key rules is to keep your drone within your line of sight at all times. This means you should always be able to see your drone with your own eyes, without the aid of binoculars or other visual aids. This helps prevent accidents and ensures you can react quickly if something goes wrong. You should also fly during daylight hours and in good weather. Flying in clear conditions not only makes it easier to see your drone, but also reduces the risk of losing control due to poor visibility or adverse weather conditions. Another important rule is to stay at least 30 meters away from people not involved in your flight. This helps ensure the safety of bystanders and reduces the risk of injury in case of an unexpected malfunction or crash. Additionally, you must stay at least 5.5 kilometers away from airports and heliports. This is to prevent any interference with manned aircraft, which could lead to dangerous situations. These are just a few of the basic rules. There are many other guidelines and best practices that you should familiarize yourself with to ensure safe and responsible flying. Make sure you check out the full list on the Transport Canada website before you fly. The website provides comprehensive information on all the regulations you need to follow. Remember, safety first, follow the rules, and you'll be good to go. Happy flying! Section 5. Advanced Operations, taking your drone skills higher. Once you've mastered the basics, you can apply for an Advanced Operations certificate. This allows you to fly your drone in more controlled airspace, closer to people, and even at night. To get your Advanced Operations certificate, you'll need to pass a more challenging online exam, have a flight review with a certified flight reviewer, and develop a site-specific flight plan for every flight. Advanced Operations gives you a lot more freedom, but it also comes with more responsibility. You'll need to be extra careful and always put safety first. Ready to take your drone game to the next level? Advanced Operations is the way to go. Section 6. Airspace. Where can you fly? Not so fast. Before you launch your drone into the wild blue yonder, you need to know where you can and can't fly. It's not as simple as just finding an open space and taking off. There are rules and regulations in place to ensure everyone's safety, including yours. That's where airspace classification comes in. Understanding these classifications is crucial for any drone pilot, whether you're a hobbyist or a professional. Canada has 7 classes of airspace, each with its own set of rules and restrictions. These classes are designed to manage the different types of air traffic and ensure that everyone can share the skies safely. But you only really need to worry about 2 Class G airspace and Class E airspace. These are the most common types of airspace you'll encounter as a drone pilot. Class G airspace and Class E airspace. Let's break these down a bit further so you know exactly what you're dealing with. Class G airspace is uncontrolled airspace, which is basically anywhere that's not near an airport or a populated area. This is the airspace where you'll have the most freedom to fly your drone without needing special permissions. This is where you'll be flying most of the time with a Basic Operations certificate. It's perfect for recreational flying, photography, and other activities that don't require you to be near sensitive areas. However, even in Class G airspace, you need to be aware of temporary flight restrictions and other local regulations that might affect your flight. Class E airspace is controlled airspace, which is usually found around airports and other sensitive areas. This type of airspace is more restrictive because it is used by manned aircraft, including commercial flights. You'll need an Advanced Operations certificate and permission from air traffic control to fly here. This ensures that your drone doesn't interfere with other air traffic, which could lead to dangerous situations. The Advanced Operations certificate requires additional training and testing. but it allows you to fly in more complex environments and closer to people and buildings. And remember, even with the right certificate, you must always get permission from air traffic control before flying in Class E airspace. This is non-negotiable and is in place to keep everyone safe. You can find out what airspace you're in by using a flight planning app or website. These tools are incredibly useful and can provide real-time information about airspace classifications and any temporary restrictions. These tools will show you a map of the airspace and any restrictions that are in place. They are essential for planning your flight and ensuring that you are in compliance with all regulations. Know before you fly. Airspace is serious business, so always check the rules before you take off. Ignorance is not an excuse, and failing to comply with airspace regulations can result in hefty fines and other penalties. So always check the rules before you take off. Make it a habit to review the airspace and any restrictions every time you fly. This will help you avoid any legal issues and ensure that your flights are safe and enjoyable. Section 7. Weather-wise, don't get grounded. Flying a drone in bad weather is a recipe for disaster. Wind, rain and fog can all wreak havoc on your drone and put it at risk. Before you fly, always check the weather forecast and pay attention to wind speed and direction. Strong winds can blow your drone off course or even cause it to crash. Asterisk temperature. Extreme temperatures can affect your drone's battery life and performance. Asterisk visibility. Fog, rain and snow can reduce visibility and make it difficult to see your drone. If the weather looks iffy, it's always best to err on the side of caution and postpone your flight. Remember, there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad planning. Stay weather-wise and fly another day. Section 8. Planning your flight safety first. Every flight, no matter how short or simple, should start with a flight plan. This doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it should include your location. Where are you taking off and landing? Your route. Where are you flying to and from? Your altitude. How high are you planning to fly? Your emergency procedures. What will you do if something goes wrong? You should also do a pre-flight check of your drone before every flight. This includes checking your battery levels, inspecting your drone for any damage, calibrating your compass and IMU. A little planning goes a long way. By taking the time to plan your flight and check your equipment, you'll greatly reduce the risk of something going wrong. Section 9. Human factors. Stay sharp, fly safe. Flying a drone isn't just about knowing the rules and regulations, it's also about being aware of your surroundings and making smart decisions. Here are a few human factors to keep in mind. Situational awareness. Always be aware of your surroundings, including other aircraft, people and obstacles. Fatigue. Don't fly if you're tired or distracted. Fatigue can impair your judgment and reaction time. Stress. Stress can also lead to poor decision-making. If you're feeling stressed, take a break from flying. Remember, you're the pilot in command. You're responsible for the safe operation of your drone. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay safe. Section 10. Conclusion. Fly safe. Have fun. Congratulations! You've made it to the end of our ultimate study guide for the Canadian drone pilot exam. You're now well on your way to becoming a certified drone pilot. Remember, flying a drone is a privilege, not a right. Always fly responsibly and follow the rules. By doing so, you'll help keep the skies safe for everyone. Now go out there and have some fun. The world is your oyster. Keep the skies safe and happy flying.